What is up, guys? What's going on, Crypto Nation? Look, we are talking about Helium today. Of course, I'm pretty sure you've seen everybody and their mom posting about the 5G that's coming to the system, and it is very exciting. But what I was thinking and what is being provided were completely two different things. See, I was excited for the fact when I first saw the 5G announcement. I was mostly thinking, oh, okay, they're coming up with a different way for us to probably deploy Helium hardware in the field, or, you know what I'm saying, like around town, without the need of necessarily having to have a dedicated Wi-Fi, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, okay, so we're gonna have another device that provides its own Wi-Fi like signal or 5G signal that allows your Helium miner to connect to and to mine like on a roaming kind of thing. It lets you mine like that. So there's no need for me to have it in my house, because I can go put it down, let's say at a neighbor's house, and not have to ask them, hey, can I use your internet, or can I just set this up at your location? That'd be pretty cool and less invasive for your neighbor or people that may be around you. Or let's say you own a building. Let's say you own, like, or you don't own it, but let's say you have a store, or a friend or a business partner that has a commercial store, and you want to be able to utilize their space. Well, let's say they don't have internet at that space, but you want to use that location. So I thought maybe, okay, well, this might be solving that problem. You can just set that whole thing up, all this hardware up at that location, and not have to worry about using the location's internet, because it has its own internet. This is what I was thinking when I was looking at it. Again, right now it's just like pure speculation for what they're giving us. I don't know if they're going to actually implement any of these things that I'm talking about, but I was kind of disappointed after reading new stuff that was coming out about it. I was kind of disappointed because that's what I was kind of hoping it was moving towards, but I don't think it's actually moving towards that. So yeah. Says new scheme will use cryptocurrency as an incentive to install 5G small cells in the US. The cool thing about this is that everybody who owns a miner, who owns one of these, will be their own personal 5G owner, which is really, really cool. So how you're going to get paid from this is what I'm thinking, without really, I don't think they've really given us much information on that. But what I'm thinking is that since you are the owner of that 5G deployment, or that 5G signal, that's giving coverage to a certain area, anybody who utilizes your hotspot, or that 5G hotspot in your area, to send or transmit data, you will then get paid based on the data that was transmitted through your zone. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think they actually have a way to decide or determine how much per piece of data, like, you know, megabyte, gigabyte. Like, I don't know if they have anything in concrete yet to decide how much people are going to get paid for deploying these hotspots. I think it is a great addition, and a great lucrative, another lucrative business attempt to get people to spread their network. I mean, yes, the regular miner is cool, right? It's awesome, but 5G is more, it's more widely known to people. It's going to be, it's sought after, really. I mean, everybody wants 5G. Anything new that comes out, people want it. So I think people seeing that there's 5G hotspots, along with their marketing, will definitely start getting people paid even more, and more incentive on putting these things out in the wild. So I think it's great. I'm sure they're going to give you HNT, Helium, possibly, or maybe something else. Who knows? They may come off with a separate subcoin. I don't know. I have no idea yet. But we're going to see something this year, as what they're saying. They're trying to greatly get this coverage out That's what we know. The company that they're using, that they're partnering with, is Freedom Fi, and yeah, they make basically open source IoT devices, or so I mean they can really do what they want with these. I mean, having a company like Helium though partnering with them is going to be very, very interesting. I honestly, what I think is that this is either going to be a hit or a miss, and I don't really see it being a miss because, like I said, 5G, they're trying to roll that out through big carriers like T-Mobile, AT&T, etc., Verizon, etc. already, and those companies. This is kind of where I am. This is kind of where I am a little bit torn on because I'm not really sure. For me, I feel like these other companies, like I just mentioned, they have access to humongous towers for extremely wide coverages, right? What bothers me is that I'm not really sure how we would compete in that space, being on a lower ground level as far as coverage. The only other way for us to compete for coverage would be to have obviously a lot of coverage spots, a lot of hot spots, covering vast amounts of areas. What I think Helium is trying to do is possibly trying to almost like a subcontractor. Like you say, hey, we can provide this amount of coverage per location, and we can sell you that. We can sell you that coverage, and for a piece of the pie. So I don't know how they're gonna work that out. I don't know how it's gonna. Is it a conflict of interest? Like what? How is it gonna affect going up against these big bulls who already have, a stranglehold on the market of 4G, 5G, etc. Like how do they break in without? Well, it's open source, so they can't be sued. But what I'm saying is that how profitable is it really going to be? Is this something that could hurt them? Is this something that could hurt Helium? Is this, what I mean? Like, it's really early and it's really hard to tell. They did have $100 reserve fee. I don't see the site up anymore. I think they probably took it down because they had too many people trying to sign up. But I was really excited at first, and I was going to do it without, asking any questions. Then I just really started thinking about it. I said, you know what? The gateway, the prices is what got me thinking. The gateway for this thing is supposed to cost anywhere from $300 to $500 just for the gateway, right? The gateway would be this. Now, the interesting thing is the type of antenna that you need to use to get proper coverage. My feeling with this is they're either going to they've been a great company so far. I don't believe or feel like they would let any of their affiliates who are going to make these devices with them, or who are going to put out their own devices based on Freedom Fi technology hardware. I don't think that they're going to allow people to purchase one of these things without having everything in the box ready to go to mine. The reason why is because they don't do it now. They're not going to do that to you. But what I'm concerned about is the separate pricing for the radio frequency, or for the radio and the gateway. $300 to $500 for the gateway. Cool, that's great. That's what we pay about now on the upper end, $400 to $500. The bothering part to me is obviously is the radio, the antenna and the radio. I mean, you're talking about on the lower tier, $1,000, maybe a little less, depending on what's compatible, all the way up to like $5,000. Nobody's spending $5,000 on one of these, I can tell you that. The only way I can see this happening is if this device Um, I don't know, man. Like when I look at things like MXC and what they're doing and the prices that they're charging for their product, like 2,400 euro, which is about $3,000 here, it doesn't make me feel like this thing that Helium is gonna put out is going to be more than the MXC. If anything, I feel like it's probably gonna be around 1,200 to, I would say, to $3,000. Anywhere, well, yeah, about 1,200 to about 1,200 to 3,000. I think it's gonna be within that realm. A lot of people are not gonna actually be in once they see that price tag. So I believe a lot of people that are reserving a spot now, they're gonna be a little disappointed once they see the actual price. I just don't. Some of these antennas are huge, man. That's kind of the that's one of the things I'm concerned about. What I feel like is this thing is not going to be able to be inside your house. I feel like it's going to have to be mounted outside. I feel like it's going to be an outside unit. Nothing wrong with that, but I just don't see having to get proper coverage of a 5G network. I don't see the puny antenna that that's on our hotspots now. I don't feel like that's going to be anywhere near enough to get the proper coverage for a 5G network going and connected. It needs to be super wide, which means that it's going to have to be super high, at least as tall as your house, right? So, I mean, I'm not knocking Helium for this move. I think it's great. I just think it's too early for people. It's great for speculation right now. This is something that's happening. It's not like I shouldn't say it's vaporware or whatever. This is happening, but right now we can only speculate based on the information that they're giving us. And I think definitely that this thing is going to be expensive, man. How expensive? I don't know. Between $12,000 and $3,000 is my guess. I think that they're going to really sell like hotcakes if they can bring more information to us in the next coming months. Information like pricing, information like payout, that kind of thing. Is there going to be an interference with the old models and this new model? Because this device, as what I'm guessing, is going to still be able to mine Helium and provide that 5G coverage. So already have another hotspot. Does that have to be moved? Or what I'm saying, like, or will the new one be on a slight, like a different frequency? Not a different frequency, but on a different radio call altogether, as far as not interfering with older miners. Like, I just don't know. Is it going to affect somebody that's near you? Yeah, that kind of thing. Like, we need more information, because if we already have miners, does that mean we need to get rid of them? Do we need to sell them in preparation to get this? Like, these are the kind of questions that I don't really see anybody asking. They're kind of just jumping on the bandwagon to talk about, ooh, great news, but nobody's really asking the critical questions, man. And these are critical questions to me. Is the coverage that we're going to need for one of these things is going to be greater than the coverage that we have now? Right now, they recommend about 300 meters between hotspots. Is that going to increase to 500 meters? Is that going to increase to 1,000 meters? If there's other hotspots within that, that 1,000 meters, or if the meters increase for coverage, like, that gonna mess it up like really bad? If there's another 5G hotspot within my bubble, for example, of 1,000 meters, how is that gonna affect my earnings? Matter of fact, what are our earnings going to be? As far as, are our earnings going to be calculated separately or all together for the 5G and the Helium mining? Like, they're going to be, how are they going to add that in there? Is it just going to be rewards for people using your hotspot that's added onto the HNT that you're already mining? Like, These are the things that people need to be asking about. These are the questions that I have, and this is why I didn't pre-order, or not. I wouldn't even say pre-order. This is why I didn't reserve a spot. Is because I need more information to determine if this is going to be the correct device for me. Right now, I feel like if you already have Helium miners, or if you are like me and you've ordered Helium miners and you're waiting for them, and you're trying to figure out how can you keep maximizing your profits, I would highly suggest, instead of waiting months. It's April now, about to be May. We're gonna have May, June, July, August, September. I would say that we're gonna hear something or see something more concrete by at least September. If they don't do it sooner, but at least 5 months of, I think that we're gonna be waiting for more news, not definitive, concrete news. I don't think we're going to hear anything concrete about this until maybe November or December. And I think, honestly, that's probably when this thing is going to launch, around holiday time, either between Thanksgiving and what do you call it? The holiday that everybody celebrates that nobody knows about, Christmas. So I think it's gonna release sometime between then and after we've had all the information that we need to know. So I would say if you were going to literally wait on this thing, I would say you probably should throw in an MXC miner, even though it's $3,000. I mean, come on. The point of it is that you can profit from it, and I can guarantee you within like 4 months, you would have enough money to purchase 1 or 2 of these just using an MXC miner. I mean, if you can pull in close to 75,000 MXC tokens in a 2-month period with their miner at the moment, then that's $3,000. So 4 months, you're talking about roughly around $6,000, and that's with the price point staying at 4 cents, right? So if it increases in value, that's more money. So what I'm saying is that you need to try to figure out how to keep making money while you're waiting on money. This is waiting on money, right, man? To me, this is waiting on money. I don't want to wait 5 months to figure out how much money I can make with this thing. I want to earn more money while I'm waiting on this. So when it does come out, if it's worth it, I'll buy one, right? Regardless, the price is going to determine how many pre-orders are going to happen. And like I said, there's a lot of hypocrites right now talking down on MXC because of the price, but the same people who said those kind of things about MXC are the same people putting out videos now talking about get your reserve in to get a Helium miner 5G what do you call it, 5G miner that they're going to be putting out without even knowing the price. So why would you just go out there off the rip, not know anything as far as financials go, and just tell people sign up, get your thing in, Helium's coming with 5G, get ready to purchase later on this year? I mean, what if this thing is $5,000? I mean, you just put your foot in your mouth talking about another company costing $3,000, and then what if this thing is way more? Are you gonna have the same tune? And it's like, come on, man. That's why you gotta be really careful when you listen to these guys here on YouTube, man. You have to try to discern. You have to try to discern where their enthusiasm comes from when they're making these videos. Are they making these videos simply to be an influencer? To guide you to purchase products? Or are they giving you the information based on how they truly feel and their opinion? Like, I know it's hard sometimes because some people mix up both, but a lot of these videos, I feel like they don't even Like, they don't even really address negatives with some of these products. A lot of these people, oh, it's promotional. Okay. Well, I mean, does it give us something real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what happens though. So, like I said, anyways, sorry for the rambling. Just make sure that you do your research, man. Do your own research. Don't jump on these things just because there's a ton of videos on YouTube about it. Do your own research and ask questions that you want to ask that would make you feel better about possibly making a purchase on something like that. I'm very interested. Very, very, very interested. What I'm kind of upset about is that I just ordered a bunch of them. I just ordered a bunch of them, right? And I might have to relocate these. And if I relocate these, now I'm have to pay a fee to relocate it to somewhere else, set the new one up. So it's kind of a headache, but it'd be worth it. That's just my opinion. Anyways, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on the new Helium 5G miner, HNT miner, and hotspot coverage. Like, it looks cool. I think it's dope. I think it adds more to the value of the token. I think it's going to add more value to the token. And I think that by the time of release, I see HNT like probably doubling in value of what it will be before that announcement of an announcement date of release. So they're doing big things, man, and nobody else is doing it yet. Do I think that somebody else is going to come behind them and try to implement similar strategy? Yes, I think MXC is going to be looking into probably releasing another device or updates for their current device to do more things. Right now, they kind of already have like a little bit of a one-up, simply because their device mines more than just one token right now. You can mine MXC, you can mine DHX, you can they're in beta right now to mine Bitcoin. I feel like there will be other alt tokens that are going to be added to this list very shortly, if not another miner to mine other alt cryptocurrencies. I feel like that would be kind of their best bet, is to try and get some of these other companies on board being able to mine those tokens. I mean, that would be pretty cool, in my opinion, if you could do things like that, because it's going to offer more benefit to the market, to the crypto market. So again, I think that MXC is probably their best bet as far as opening, being one of their first competitors with 5G. I don't think MXC wants to go anywhere near the cellular route, in my opinion. But again, they can still make an improvement on their current system or release something completely new. And I think that's where we're going to go. I think, honestly, with Helium and MXC in the game right now, we're going to see mining change forever, very, very soon. I think 2022 will be a big breakout for wireless and hotspot mining. There are going to be new tokens that are going to come out that are going to be implementing these things. I guarantee you that hotspot / Wi-Fi / 5G cellular mining is going to be a big thing next year, because it's going to have more competitors coming into the space that have the money and the infrastructure, hardware, software, partnerships to get on the map, to get their tokens out there. And if there's anything that anybody likes in crypto, for the most part, that is mining. Miners are huge. They've always been a huge part of the space, and people that are going to want to get into it, this is going to be the easiest way for them to. It's more cost effective. than traditional mining. It's way more user friendly than traditional mining, and it's gonna provide just as great, great passive results for you not having to do a damn thing. That's why I like the HNT miner. This is why I like MXC. You literally plug it in, and you let it do its job, and you collect the rewards. How easy is that? Imagine, right? Imagine. For example, my mother, I told her about this. She wants one, so I ordered her one. She's not new to the crypto space, but I've had her dabble in it before, so she's not completely lost. But this is something so easy for her to do that it's a no-brainer. So imagine new people that don't know anything about cryptocurrency, how easy it would be for them to get in, at a relatively safe safe margin. Like, hey, invest $500, plug it in, check your app, here's an exchange. Whenever you get enough and you feel like selling, go and do that. If not, stack. It's so easy. That's all you're doing. So easy. Anybody can do it. So anyways, catch you guys later. I'm thirsty. Peace.